Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Spilling the beans and washing dirty linen is all that has characterized the divorce between William Samoei Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua. It is becoming messy, it is becoming ugly, and it is also becoming shameful for us as a country. Rigathi Gachagua, fresh from the hospital where he was admitted, took the country by surprise when he revealed that while he was in hospital, not even a single government official went to see him, yet to the best of his knowledge, until the process of the court is complete, he is still the deputy president. Rigathi Gachagua is telling us that the main reason why William Ruto wants him out of that office is because he is a truthful man. He's saying that while they sit in their cabinet, William Ruto is a bully, and whatever he says is alpha and omega, and it is law. And he's saying that there isn't any one person in that cabinet who can look at the king and tell him, you are naked. And Rigathi is saying that many a times he has reminded William Samoei Ruto that when they were campaigning, there are several promises that they gave to the people of Kenya. And now William Ruto has negated them, and he wants to achieve them through the cabinet. Rigathi is giving an example of demolition of houses that they had told people they would not. Rigathi is saying that there are dirty deals like a Dani deal, like forcing it down the throat of the people, things like the Finance Bill 2024. And he's saying that he has always looked at the man on top of that hill, State House, and told him, Mr. President, you are wrong. You are going against the promises that we gave to Kenyans. And he has said he's always telling Ruto that in the cabinet, and he's speaking outside the cabinet. And that has angered William Ruto, because William Ruto wants someone he can bully, someone who can say yes sir, someone who can rubber stamp and ratify whatever he says, the way Parliament is doing it, the way the cabinet is doing it. Most startling is the fact that Rigathi is telling us that his life is in danger. While he was in hospital, his security was withdrawn. Over 108 staff members from his office were sent to compulsory leave. And he's saying that the NIS has more than once tried to poison him. And he says that this is a choreographed plan, not only to annihilate him politically, but also to eliminate him completely together with his family. And he's saying that he is afraid, his life is in danger, and he's telling Kenyans that as he walks from hospital to his home, Kenyans must know that he doesn't have any security. His security now belongs to God. And he's saying that should anything happen to him or any member of the family, then the President of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, must be responsible. And we are facing one of the very dark moments as a country, because when someone is saying that his life is in danger, then we are, all of us become afraid. Because if the deputy president can claim that his life is in danger, what about an ordinary man like you and I? I want us to watch this video. But even as we do that, remember, even William Ruto on his side has always asserted that the deputy president infiltrated, together with his cronies, the Gen Z protest, and they also wanted to topple him. So Rigathi is saying his life is in danger. William Ruto is also claiming his life was in danger. Who do we trust? All we know is that the relationship between Rigathi and Ruto has become so deplorable, so bad, that I don't know whether they can work together. As we watch the video, please remember to like our videos. It helps promote the video. Kindly watch Rigathi Gachagua spill the beans and wash dirty linens, exposing William Ruto.
Undercover security agents entered my room in Kisumu and bagged it. And one of them tried to poison my food. But we detected it, and we were able to escape the scheme. I was supposed to be killed through poisoning. On 3rd of September, In Nyeri, another team from the National Intelligence Service came to Nyeri and tried to poison food that was meant for me and Kikuyu Council of Elders. I did report this matter to the National Intelligence Service, and the officers who are assigned to my office, I asked them to leave because I felt I was not safe. After the 2 attempts to assassinate me through food poisoning failed, it is when this impeachment motion was hatched. I hear many of his people are calling here asking whether I'm dead, whether I'll survive, whether I'll recover. They were celebrating. It's the most unfortunate thing that has ever happened in this country. That you can be so vicious to a man who helped you to be president. And the crime of this man, telling you the truth. Don't evict people without compensation, Mr. President. Mr. President, don't overtax people. You are killing them, you are killing their businesses. Don't force a housing program on people. If people do not want these houses, don't force them. My only problem with the president is just being truthful because nobody else can tell him. The framers of the 2010 Constitution wanted a deputy president who is elected as a buffer who can stand for the people. The charity we are being treated for, 2, is get rid of an elected deputy president and appoint a control freak. A fellow you appoint who cannot ask a question, who cannot say anything. And I'm sure if they succeed, he'll be asked to sign an undated resignation letter so that in case he starts asking questions, he can just be told to resign. But the framers of the 2010 Constitution were very clear in their mind why they wanted a deputy president who is elected. I'm the only man in the cabinet and in the whole government who can stand up to President William Ruto and tell him, hey brother, this is not right. This Adani thing is not good for the country. There's too much corruption, Mr. President. This how thing is being forced down on the people of Kenya. And they don't like it. Please don't force it down on them. You know, situations where medical equipment that was being supplied by Kenyans to the Ministry of Health now has been given to one single Asian. I say, Mr. President, this is not right. We are killing our business people. So, as we speak, I say that my lawyers are in court. We have faith in our judiciary. And I requested that, according to the rules of natural justice, I be accorded an opportunity to be heard in the Senate. You remember I presented myself to the National Assembly and defended myself. In the Senate, I was there day 1. And even when the Speaker asked me to sit down to listen to the charges, I decided to stand up to face my accusers. I was there the following day. I was ready for cross-examination. The 11 counts is nothing but malice and fiction. It was a political game by the president to get rid of me. The Gachagua and his family feel very exposed because these people have tried to kill us before. They have now tried to get us out of office. So I asked President William Ruto, my brother, I helped you to be president. Leave me alone. Leave my children alone. Do whatever you want, but let me live. Let me look after my children. You can do whatever you want with the country, but allow me to live. Because I was there for you when you needed somebody to be there for you. When you were in trouble and you needed a man who could stand with you, I stood with you, with my family. You have paid us in kind by being so cruel and vicious against us. We are simple people. We are a very small family. Let us be. Do whatever you want, but please, Mr. President, I beg you, don't kill us. Don't kill my children. You have caused me enough pain for the last 1 year. Please, leave me alone. Let me be. God will take care of me. I don't have to have security. I don't have to have drivers. I don't have to have cars. Please allow me to have my peace, if nothing else. And remember, I was there for you when you needed a man to be there for you. let the courts of law uphold and protect our Constitution. I ask the Chief Justice, Martha Koome, to live true to the fidelity of our Constitution, to make sure that this is a country of the rule of law, to allow the court process to take place and ensure that this process is not nugatory. There are orders asking that Rigathi Gachagua remain in office until this matter is heard and determined. Let it be. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we know that there is no permanent enmity or friendship in politics. We have seen divorces. We saw Raila Amolo Odinga and the late President Mwai Kibaki. We are told of Josephat Karanja, who fell out with his boss. This is not the first time. But when we hear someone claiming that his life is in danger, then we are afraid as a country. I've seen those politicians around Rigathi Gachagua and those around William Ruto. If there is something that I'm sure of, is that no one knows what happened between these two people. It is only Rigathi and Ruto who knows what happened. All the other friends are only acting the script as it's written by Rigathi and William Samoei Ruto. Two things are happening. This is a supremacy battle. Rigathi Gachagua is using the court process. William Ruto is using his authority with the government machinery to ensure that he politically annihilates Rigathi Gachagua, because there was, I don't understand the hurry why they had to force his staff to go on compulsory leave. We should let the court process to be complete, because the courts will either reinstate Rigathi Gachagua as the deputy president, and we have no choice but to work with him. William Ruto will have no choice but to work with him. The courts might also decide to agree with the National Assembly and the Senate, and they will kick Rigathi out. Rigathi has got no choice to accept that. That is the nature of our democracy. That you might not agree with the court ruling, but once they have pronounced themselves, then that is it. That is what Raila has always done from 2013, 2017, 2022. He has always said that we do not agree with the courts, but we fought so hard to give our country a new constitution. We have to agree with it. We don't want to live by the law of the jungle. We must accept the court process to go through smoothly. Just the same way the courts allowed the National Assembly and the Senate to do their process. This thing of trying to bully Rigathi Gachagua is not right. And we are not saying that, Rigathi is perfect. We are only saying that we should let independent institutions to, take care of the situation. All I know is that even Raila Amolo Odinga, as a former prime minister, Kalonzo Musyoka as a former vice president, still has security. So Rigathi Gachagua is still entitled to security. I mean, it should not get to that level. From what has happened, I believe that we have opened a can of worms, and you will see more theatrics and drama, because people like Kimani Ichung'wah and the entire group that supports William Ruto will call for a press conference, and they will try to rebuttal. They will try to counteract what Rigathi Gachagua said, and it even opens, more debate and dirty politics. That is what is going to happen. Now, he has accused the NIS of trying to kill him, not once, not twice. He will be, I'm sure they will tell him to go and record a statement to clear the air. The relationship between Rigathi Gachagua and all these institutions has become sour. I remember when he accused the NIS boss, Noordin Haji. That is when there was that full-blown fallout. And history repeats itself. What goes round comes round. William Ruto once accused his boss of trying to kill him. And I remember I was telling him, you can support your candidate, but please spare my family. That is exactly what they're doing. And I know some people are saying that maybe these are theatrics to earn sympathy from the public. When it comes to someone's life, I can't vote for that kind of argument. You never know. You never know what might happen. That's the same thing they said that Rigathi Gachagua was pretending when he went to the hospital. When it comes to someone's health or someone's life, we don't joke around with it. Whether you believe that it is meant for public sympathy, we are not privy to the delicate secret that is happening between these two people. The reason why you can, believe what Gachagua is saying is because, one, you can see the rush with which the government is trying to swear in Kithure Kindiki. It tells you that there is a motive. You have also seen his staff being sent home while he is in hospital. That tells you that something is definitely wrong. As a country, we want peace, and William Ruto has got no choice but to wait for that court process to complete. Then Rigathi will know what next, and Ruto will know what next. I know Parliament ratified the nomination of Kithure Kindiki. We now have, or nearing, a constitutional crisis, but the courts will act, and I believe that they will act to help us get out of the constitutional crisis. For Rigathi Gachagua and Ruto, we are waiting for more drama. That is just episode 1. Episode 2 is loaded, and it is coming even with bitter and ugly scenes.